Let's go now to Clifton Springs. It's a little town just outside of Geelong in Victoria, where parents from a local government-run primary school are rallying against the introduction of gender-neutral toilet blocks at the school. Now, the issue's caused so much concern locally that some parents have removed their kids from the school. Joining me now, one of those parents, Chelsea Hogan, and Federal Shadow Education Minister Sarah Henderson. Well, ladies, welcome to you. Chelsea, I'm going to start with you. I know your neck of the woods. My mum's not far from you in another little town, and I know that it's a really tight-knit community. You've been threatened by the Education Department with criminal action for speaking out on this issue. What concerns you about gender-neutral toilets for little kids?
I think the biggest thing for me as a parent is that we've always taught our children to protect themselves, to speak up when they feel uncomfortable. And our children have come to us with very legitimate concerns and just a real feeling of unease since these toilets have been introduced into the school. And as parents, it's our job to speak up for our children, and we have done so. And I've gone through every correct channel possible, and I have been blatantly ignored, dismissed, sometimes even belittled, and just nobody seems to care that our kids are uncomfortable with these new toilets. And we are so aware of the need for safe spaces for gender diverse students. We're not against unisex toilets. We just want a safe space for boys, girls and unisex facilities, and we want them separate because we believe that every child deserves the right to privacy and dignity, and boys and girls are just so different. Like their needs are so different, and I just feel like that's being ignored.
Sarah Henderson, help me out here. I mean, why on earth do we even need gender-neutral toilets in a primary school?
Well, Peta, good evening and great to join you. And as we saw from the rally at Clifton Springs, many parents are concerned about this issue. And as Chelsea has said, no one is objecting to a unisex toilet, but at Clifton Springs Primary School, boys and girls are being forced to share the same bathroom facilities. And with boys and girls particularly, going through puberty and all the challenges that involves, this is very compromising for their dignity, for their privacy. Some children are actually not going to the toilet. And so I'm outraged that the Department of Education has threatened both Chelsea and another mum, Jessica, with criminal charges for stalking as a result of distributing a flyer about this rally. It is absolutely outrageous. I've called on the Education Minister to withdraw these threats from his department, to apologise and to reinstate separate boys and girls facilities at this school, and so far we have heard nothing, and it's absolutely not good enough, Peter.
What sort of consultation did mums and dads get about this?
None.
None at all?
None. Apparently it went out in a newsletter about 2 years ago that there would be new toilets, there would be unisex toilets, and we were assured that they would still be separate boys and girls toilets. There's even a plan of what the toilets were going to be like, and they've turned out nothing like that. So we feel very misled and very lied to. And I don't know why they're doing this, and I don't know why there's been so much secrecy around it.
And what do people of Clifton Springs and Drysdale think about it?
It's so divided because there are so many people who, like us, passionately loved our primary school. It was such a welcoming, beautiful community. This has caused so much division amongst all of us because you've got parents with true, genuine concerns, and then you've got parents that just don't realise that there are problems with this.
Yep.
So it's caused so much division. I'm going to go as far
and I've got to say this,
hate.
I mean, it's a brutal reality nowadays. I mean, you get little girls in grade 6 getting a period. It's not something that happens when they're in secondary school anymore. And I mean, it's challenging enough for a child, but to manage that in grade 6, even grade 5, sharing a toilet with boys, pretty tough.
Really tough. And not only that, you've got 5-year-old little girls and boys who are now sharing a space with grade 6 boys and girls. And to me, there's a real risk there. There's a lot of children that have trauma backgrounds. There's a lot of children who believe that inappropriate behaviour is normal. And I just feel like there's a huge risk that seems to be mismanaged and hasn't been looked at properly.